Hi everyone, welcome back to Swiss Home Garden. Chitra here. In today's video, I will be sharing with you our garden projects and our harvest and generally what we have been up to in the garden in the month of July. Let's begin. Let's begin with our herb garden. This is on one of our raised beds where we are cultivating a few different herbs. Here you see the ones with the flowers are the chives and he's trying to take some of it and dry it. This way we can also save up these dried herbs during the winter months. We also plan to collect some of the seeds to plant it in a different area. Chives are great on salads and also in guacamole. Since we don't have a drying rack for our herbs, we just fixed in a couple of hooks onto our garden shed and then dry them in. It's also protected from rain and we have a dry herb after a few days. Beside the chives, we had also planted some rosemary and also some garden cress. The garden cress are long finished with their life cycle and we are now collecting the seeds. Now this is a very funny incident. Our robot always has its own mind. It's not actually supposed to go towards the slope. At the end of the property we have a lot of slopey areas. Because of the slopey areas it must have tripped in accidentally and then we were searching for it for some time. This robot is actually 3 years old but it's not working so well. We gave this robot to the manufacturer to get it fixed but somehow they don't have the same model or they couldn't find the parts. Instead they gave us an upgraded version and we are very happy with the new version. What you see him doing here is diluting the fungicide which we made with marsh horsetail. So 1 part of this fungicide to 3 to 4 parts of water, and this fungicide has actually worked wonders for our plants, especially on the rose bushes and in the okra plants. Because we had not such a good summer this last few weeks, then the bugs and the ticks start to grow on the plants, and this fungicide has also improved the plant health and prevented the bugs from growing on it. All in all, it's a very successful project of ours. I shared that video a few weeks back. I will leave the link below for that recipe in the description box. This is our spinach bed and we had already harvested in one of my previous videos and there were some little bit more to be cleaned up. So he's removing out and de-weeding all of the remaining spinach which is not really producing much, and we plan to plant a lot of other vegetables. We are going to be planting some carrots and some salad radishes. So he has finished that and he is just moving the soil around before he starts to plant. All of our garden patches are all Nordic Garden. We have been experimenting with this and it has worked out really well. We don't have to be doing too many things. After planting, we will be covering up the soil with some newspapers. This way the birds don't get to the seeds below and it will also not dry up so quickly. We need to put some weights on the newspaper so it doesn't fly off. Moving on to the tomato greenhouse. There has been a lot of flowering and a lot of tomatoes, but they are yet to ripen. So far I'm relying on the canned tomatoes. And over here you see him planting a couple of the tomatoes which were in the greenhouse. We had a little bit of spare space just beside the cherry tree and close to the garlic and onion beds. So he's giving a little bit of a support. This doesn't need to be in the greenhouse because the weather is slowly getting warmer and they can survive and thrive in this place. These are our blueberry bushes. We have been harvesting now and then a few berries, but the blueberry is not planted in the right place and we plan to get new bushes. We cannot move this bush. These are some of the zucchinis which we planted. We planted a couple of varieties of zucchinis and this is the round variety. And we love this round variety more than the longer variety. I've already cooked a few of it. This is our cucumbers. We had a good harvest of cucumbers so far and I plan to be fermenting some of the cucumbers using the lacto-fermentation method. I don't seem to digest the raw cucumbers so much and I prefer the fermented variety. A couple of our neighbors have also taken into gardening very seriously this year due to the lockdowns and the breaks we had, and it's so nice to see them also gardening and having a lot of different varieties of vegetables that we also share amongst each other. That over there is one of our varieties of pumpkins. Behind the greenhouse, you see that the banana plant has shot up really tall, but it doesn't give any flowers. My husband has been spraying regularly our homemade natural fungicide for the okra plants, but the okras have not been very productive, mainly because it has also been very cold and rainy most of the time. This over here is our strawberry bed and the season is long over by end of June and early July. So after the first season, we'll have to trim the plants and then cover up the strawberry bed with the straw. That way you can extend the season. You can get a smaller season and harvest by September and early October. It does give regularly some fruits, but the main big season is long back over. About a couple of weeks back, we harvested potatoes. These were the spring potatoes. I've already shared a video on planting potatoes. I will be sharing soon again how we will be harvesting some more and how to store potatoes to make them last longer. This was just the first batch. These are our rose bushes and they have a really nice smell. I will also be sharing a new recipe with these rose petals, so stay tuned for a video coming up very soon on how to make rose petal jam. It's really delicious and it also smells great. With this, I end my tour and video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and thank you for watching. If you're new to my channel, kindly subscribe. I post one new video every week on food from scratch, Swiss country living, gardening and natural recipes. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.